guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing something so exciting, and this is back to my painting series. If you haven't watched my painting series yet, please make sure to go watch them. I will link them down in the description box, and you can also just check them out on my channel. So today I'm actually showing you what's in my paint box, which is exciting because I use lots of materials from my paint box during like my painting videos. And yeah, so before we begin, I just want to say that like in my painting videos I always try to keep things really minimal in a way, because I always try to use things that other people have. Like I don't want to use something, especially at this time, that people don't have, and then I'm just like kind of telling them to go outside and get it. It's at your own risk, first of all. So I always try to use things that people have, just like common paintbrushes and water and, paint sets. So those are mainly the type of things I use. But if there's something really specific that I can't get in any other place, then I use that. But yeah, I really try to keep things minimal. So yeah, let's just get right into this video and discover what's in my paint box. So the first thing that was covering my paint box was this canvas. I have a few different canvases on here. So I have these two packed ones, and I have this black canvas because there's something really exciting coming. So I'm not going to say that yet because I don't want to spill the new painting video, but these are a few of the canvases that I have, and I just wanted to use them as a cover to not show what's inside it. So these are always out on the outside of my paint box because they don't fit in there. So this is just, yeah, something usual in my paint box. So the other things that were covering my paint box were these two paintbrush and palette sets. So these are actually some of the things that I really like because these have really different varieties of brushes. This one is not from the paint set, as well as this one. So even though these are not from the paint set, I just like to keep some of my really special brushes in these. And this is especially like for watercolor, and this is more for acrylic. And I know that has a lot of brushes, but this also includes like oil paints and yeah, more. And I think my most special brushes in here would be this paintbrush and this paintbrush, because this one is really good for like spreading like little dots of paint. You can just do it with your fingers. So you just take the brush and you just go like that, and it really spreads it really well. And the other brush here is a aqua watercolor brush, which I think is so pretty because like it is so good for watercolor. All you need to do is just fill it up with water. So why don't I just get it out and show you? So yeah, all you need to do is just fill up this area with water, and once that's filled, you can just put the brush on the canvas or whatever it is and just do that. Add your paint and just do that, and the water will drop onto the canvas and it will just spread how it should. So that's amazing. I think this is really a good brush. So that's my paint, like my watercolor paint brush set, or my watercolor paint set. Yeah, that. And this acrylic brush set, it just has a variety of brushes. I don't think there's anyone really special in it, but all of them are special because all of them are pretty useful. I haven't used many of them, as you can see, so I've still got quite a bit of painting to do. Okay, so moving on to the inside of the box. So now that I showed you all the things that I covered my box with, why don't we go ahead and just open the box and see what's actually inside, what's truly inside it. So let's see. Okay, and that's one side. Big reveal is, wow, that is a lot of stuff, I know. Okay, so here there's quite a bit of explaining, because I've got some paints here, different types of paints here, some other materials, which I'll explain, and some more paint sets. So I've got a lot of explaining to do. So the first thing that I'm going to start with is my shiny metallic watercolor paints. These are super special to me because I've never found a watercolor paint set which has metallic colors, and this one, I must say, really works well. Like, all the colors really show up and they're actually metallic, which is really cool. I don't think I've found that in many stores, so this is definitely an exception. I did use this in my video, I think 1 or 2 of my videos, because I really like the colors a lot and I couldn't find it much anywhere, so this is really an exception. And I think the color that I used the most was maybe the blue, if I'm not wrong. I don't know, but I think I used the blue a lot, and maybe the pink or purple. No, the gold and the blue. Yeah, I think I remember. The gold, blue, and probably the green. So those three. Those three were the ones that I used the most, that I know. So moving on to this watercolor paint set that I know looks super bad. It actually has a lot of colors that I used because I do a lot of watercolor painting, which explains why all these paints look so bad. But, you know, I really like watercolor, and it's just because I use them a lot, and I don't want to buy a new one just because I have so much color in them, and I'm not going to waste all that. And I've done quite a bit of mixing here with acrylics. So yeah, so that's my watercolor paint set. So here I have some of my only big set of acrylic paints. So these acrylic paints are the only large acrylic paints that I have because they're like a whole bottle. Let me show you. These are my acrylic, so they're super big, so these are the largest ones that I have. Otherwise, I do have a lot of acrylic, but they're just small in size. Here on the side, I've shoved in some gloves, painting gloves, because these are always handy, and I don't really know where else to keep them, so they're always in my paint box, and they're pretty dirty, but they're still reusable, which is great. So I don't have to throw them away. Here on the side, I've put in another palette, which is supposed to be in the palette and paintbrushes set, but I just keep it here because this one is super handy and it's just easy to take from here. And on this really nice corner, it's a really nice corner because it's got this super nice fake plant, which I think really represents watercolor. I don't know why. Whenever I think of watercolor, I think of the sea and coral reefs. So I think this really just matches the theme. And on the side, I've kept some of my paintbrushes. So some of my really good paintbrushes that really work well. So yeah, that's it on this side. You can have a close-up view. So on here, I've got most of my paints and paintbrushes. So these are the large ones, which I can't fit anywhere, so I just keep them on top here, and I think it just looks good. And keeping that there. And then here I've got all of my acrylics, and I've organized them from, from rainbow order. So from red, then yellow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then pink, red again, dark red, and then brown, black, and white. And then here I've got some glues, which is super weird, but I like to keep my glues here because, I don't know, I just feel like glues just have a good place in my paint box. And I also just had some extra space, so I thought I would just keep them there in case I'd ever need them. And then here I've got some acrylic varnish because I always use a lot of gloss. I haven't done them on my videos yet, which I think I really should, but I think I mostly do them for paper stuff rather than canvases. But I still could do it on canvas, so really adds a lot of gloss on it, so I really like this. And then here I've got some of just my oil paints. Just a sec. Yeah. here are my oil paints, just a little bit of them. And then a packet of just some paint, which doesn't really have any paint in there. And then some watercolor palette, like little circles, like the little watercolor paints. And then comes a glue stick. And then this is actually like something for slime, which I've almost finished. I just kept this in there because it would fit perfectly, so I thought I would just keep it in there. And most importantly, I have my water holder. That's what I call it, water holder. Yeah, for like keeping my water in. So that's this part explained. And now I'm gonna move on to what's under these two. So let's see and find out. So under this, I've kept some watercolor pencils because I kept my watercolor paints with it. And then under that, I've got 2 oil paint sets, so that's where the other oil paints come from. But those are just some from like my previous oil paint set, which I don't have with me. It's lost. So that's why. I got these 2, like one of these I got as a gift for my birthday, I think, with some other paint stuff. And one I got on my own. So I actually have 2 now. I don't really do oil paint, so I think it's not really useful. But I think I would try it out someday, so it will be useful one day. And then under this, everything is coming apart. I've got this set, which I'm going to show you now until I just remove everything and I'll get to the red box. So here in the red box, I've got some pearl paints, which you might think is super weird, but actually it's super useful for painting because it's pearl paint. Yeah. And I've got a whole set of them. I've got all of these. I've got quite a bit of pearl paint, and then these 2 paints, which are, I think, watercolor, if I'm not wrong. No, sorry, acrylic. What am I thinking? Acrylic. And this is just a pack of glitters that I have, because I don't really use glitter because I like glitter, but I don't want to make a mess. So I just don't use glitter, but I think it might be something that I might use next time. Maybe, hopefully, or maybe not. I don't want to make a mess, that's just why. Because it really takes a lot of dedication and stuff. Then what I have in here is my like paper clips and stuff, and they have some pins, and this is for like putting together folders and stuff. And then I also have these beads, and they're beads or pearls or whatever you call them, and they're in different colors. So there's blue, dark blue, purple, white, gold, and different colors. Those are really, really nice. And I don't know why, but I like to keep a few of these moisturizers and stuff in here. I don't know, I just like that. I just like that. And then I've got some glitter, like I said before. And here I keep a palette, and on this side I keep my, wait, I'll show you. Yeah, on this side I keep a box which has hand lettering items. So guys, that was it. That was the tour of my box, and I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you actually found out some new things that you didn't know before. And if you like this video, make sure to go give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to go subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Make sure to go hit the notifications bell to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. And please make sure to go share this video with all your friends and family. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you back in another video. And stay tuned for the other videos coming up, so I'll see you back another time. Bye!